Cowboys Nation, good morning. Your boy Mike Tag here. It's off season. It's gonna be a long off season, so I'll be dropping these videos. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys hit that subscribe. Make sure you hit like. Doesn't cost you nothing to do, and you get some great entertainment. You know what I'm saying? So, but more importantly, tomorrow we got Tony Thrill Hill coming into the cave. I am one of my favorites growing up, so I'm really excited to talk to him, kind of get his thoughts. Obviously, we're going to talk about his career, but get his thoughts on the Cowboys. And we've got a lot of former Cowboys coming in over the next month or so. So make sure, if you guys aren't subscribed, make sure to subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell to make sure you're alerted every time we drop a video, because we're going to get this thing rolling. We're going to figure out a way together how to make sure we get this Cowboys team ready to chase that sixth Super Bowl championship. And hopefully Steven and Jerry are all in, as everyone likes to say, this off season. So just, thought of the day, looking at the running backs. That was one of the areas that was a big concern for me, is the depth at running back, making Pollard, putting all the pressure on him to be the man. I wasn't sure if he's kind of set up for that, because he really never did it in college, and really never did it, obviously, in the NFL, because he had Zeke there. And we just didn't have a backup plan or have security. Obviously, they signed Jones, but he got cut, which we figured he would. Dowdle did an admirable job, but we need a workhorse. We need that thunder lightning, however way you want to call it, with this offense, because there's only so many quarterbacks, probably only one that could pretty much carry a team. The other quarterbacks, I mean, it is what it is. They need help. They're not going to be able to do it all on their own. And I think, one of the areas that we could have helped is with a strong running game. You're seeing it in the playoffs. What are you seeing now? Teams running the ball. It's like old school. As good as Mahomes is, you see him Pacheco running the ball very well. You see the 49ers obviously running the ball well. The Lions are running the ball well. The Ravens are running the ball well. So it still comes down to running, opens everything else up. So we have got to look at the running backs. Now you've got some free agents. You got Barkley. You got obviously Derrick Henry. Pollard is going to be a free agent. I think you got Jacobs is a free agent, maybe a few other ones. So do you go that route of getting maybe that veteran guy that may have a little bit of tread left on the tire, or do you go the draft? The draft is always usually full of running backs and guys you can get with some value. My thoughts would be is get a veteran guy and then draft a running back. So the options to me are, you can bring Pollard back, and then draft kind of that bigger back, that in between the tackle kind of running back, and let Pollard go back to doing what he was doing, great for the Cowboys, is being that second back, explosive plays and things like that. Or you kind of just blow up the running backs that you have, and you start over. You get it like a Barkley. Barkley's got some tread left on the tires. He had some injuries early in his career, but seems to be, doing better with that. He's been the workhorse and kind of the whole offense for the Giants. He wouldn't have to be that for the Cowboys, but he does give you that explosive back out of the backfield, a guy that you can give the ball 20 times to if you need, or again with a thunder lightning, if you draft a guy that can be that second running back like a Pollard, then you've got a nice 1-2 punch there. The other option is obviously Derrick Henry. You can go Henry. He's going to give you a bruising back. And then again, you can draft a number 2 back. But with Henry, I mean, he's put up 1,000 yards. He's done all that. You've seen his yards per carry kind of dipping a little bit. I think it was 4.2 this year. But again, he was pretty much their whole offense. So you can bring him in, but again, how much is left? Usually when you see a running back hit a wall, they don't gradually go down. They pretty much hit the wall, and that's it. That's the way it goes. Or you can bring, like I said, you bring Pollard back, and then you can draft that in between tackle. So there's some options out there. They've got to do something. You got to do something to address the running back. Now, what I wouldn't want to see is, I don't want to see him blowing it up and then just drafting a couple rookie running backs. I think you need to have a veteran. You need to have someone in the running back room that's kind of been there, done that. That's been in the NFL 4 years. That knows the ropes of the league. You've got some confidence in, because at the end of the day, it's like I said all year, is if the Cowboys got a lead, they're up by 4, and they need to do a 7-minute drive, and they need to run it out, and team's going to know they run, and they're going to run, and and good luck stopping them. That's what we're missing. That's what we missed this year in certain games. I think we got away from the run a lot too early. So that goes to the coach, that goes to the offensive coordinator, which is the coach. So they're going to have to tweak some stuff there. But I think if the Cowboys get back to getting that dominant running game going, that's just going to make everything else better. You see what you got with Ferguson, you see what you got with CD. I still say bring Brandon Cooks back, and we could talk about that on another show. Gallup, I think he's going to, get moved on. But you got Tolbert. You can always draft receivers. Receivers are, a dime a dozen in the NFL. Just look at all the receivers that came out, this year. You got like a Tank Dell that was in the fifth or sixth round. And he, before he got hurt, he was one of the top rookie receivers. And there's a few of them like that. You look at Puka, but I think he was in the second round. So you can get receivers. So I'm not so concerned about that. If they lose Gallup, get Tolbert, you can draft another receiver as well. But running back, it's that underappreciated position. And they say just throw someone back there. You can do that, but it ain't that easy. It ain't that easy. You need to get someone back there that's special, that's got the vision, that's got the balance, it's got the nose for the end zone. Because that's one thing we didn't have this year. And it's no knock on Pollard. I think he just got put in a position. And I think the Cowboys do it too often. They either through re-signing their own guys or through the draft, they put a lot of pressure on them. So what I mean by that is in the draft, I mean, you drafted Mozzie in the first round. He was going to have to be your guy. You drafted last year was Tolbert. They got, he was going to have to, they got rid of Cooper. So they put all the pressure on him. They put all the pressure on Pollard, getting rid of Zeke and not really bringing anyone else in. So that's the things that the Cowboys front office, and we'll get into Stephen Jones and Jerry Jones on other shows. That's the thing the front office has got to get better at, and they've got to get free agent talent. There's a lot of talent out there, and if you see the teams that are competing, they are active in free agency. And look, I don't need big names at the end of the career. I need some mid-tier guys that are elevated their game tier, going upwards, that got some dog in them, that are blue collar. Because the problem, I think we've got enough glam. We don't need any more big names. We need some hungry guys that want to make an impact, especially to me on the defense, and the linebackers we'll get into again on another show. So that's my thoughts on a running back. Give me your thoughts. What would you do? What do you want to see the Cowboys do? Should we stick with what we got, just draft someone, or do we just need to blow it up and just kind of start all over? Or can we kind of patchwork it and get something that make you feel good? All I know is going into this offseason, going into next season, the Cowboys have got to do something to instill some hope, instill some good vibes with the team, because right now it's still a little disappointing. So definitely give me your thoughts in the comments. Hit that like, hit the subscribe. Make sure to tune in tomorrow night, 8 p.m. Central. We got Tony Thrill Hill. If you guys don't know Tony Hill's career, man, you need to go look it up. He's one of the top 5 receivers in Cowboys history. He's still, I think, third in touchdowns all time. I think he's 6th in yards, but I think when he retired, if my memory's right, I think he was 1 or 2 when he retired, all-time receiving leader. And he played in an era where he didn't, obviously he had Tony Dorsett, and it was more of a run-dominant league. But he led the team in receiving, I want to say, 9 of 10 years, and that's with Drew Pearson there. So, Drew Pearson's the 88, made some big plays, obviously, in the Super Bowl, a Hall of Fame receiver. But Tony Hill was right there. I mean, they pushed each other, made each other better. And he's just one of those other Cowboys that I think that are forgotten, that don't get the appreciation that they deserve in the history of the game. But more importantly, he won a Super Bowl. We got some guys that won some Super Bowls. So we're going to get in this cave, like I said, this offseason. We're going to bring in some Super Bowl champions, hear their stories, see if maybe some of these Cowboys will be listening and understand what it takes in the mind to make sure you're ready and prepared to make that run to get a Super Bowl championship, because it's been way too long. And I got to sit there and look at, the longest drought to a championship game, which who cares if you go and don't win, but it's Washington Commanders and us are the two with the longest droughts. And that is just unacceptable for a franchise like this. And Jerry Jones, that's all on him, and he's got to own that, and you better do something about it, because it's been crazy. But definitely appreciate it. Hit that like, subscribe, share. Thank you for joining, listening to content. Like I said, I'll be dropping some videos Not every morning, but if I get up early enough before I run out to work, man, drop some videos and definitely doing a lot of our live shows. So stay tuned, hit that subscribe, like, share. Appreciate all the support, man. Take care. Have a good day. See ya.